Welcome to section Visualizing Data like a Pro. In this section, we'll learn about advanced techniques of data visualization using seaborn data visualization library. We'll learn how to get started with seaborn. We'll explore seaborn's features like controlling plot aesthetics, choosing the colors for the plots, etc. We'll learn how to draw few different kinds of plots, and we'll learn how to plot categorical data with seaborn. We'll also learn how to create plots with data-aware grids. Welcome to the first video of this section, Controlling Plot Aesthetics. In this video, we will learn how to control plot aesthetics using seaborn plotting library. We'll learn how to install and get started with seaborn. We'll learn about the modules we need to import. We'll explore some of the seaborn plotting methods to draw a few different kinds of plots. And we'll see how to control and change plot aesthetics using various seaborn methods and properties. Before we can start creating plots with seaborn, we need to install it. We have been using Anaconda throughout this course for installing various Python libraries. We'll continue that with seaborn. To install seaborn, execute command conda install seaborn from the command line. Make sure to run your command line program in automated mode before executing this command. We'll start with importing Python modules we need for this video. We need to import Pandas, Matplotlib, and seaborn modules. We are using Matplotlib inline magic command to make sure our plots display right in the Jupyter notebook along with the code. Next, we read in our dataset using Pandas. Our dataset is a CSV or comma separated values text file. It consists of alcohol consumption data for various countries. This data is available at the link provided on the screen. Let's get right into it and create our first plot with seaborn. We are creating a distribution plot using just one variable. Here, SNS refers to seaborn, which we imported earlier as SNS. We call seaborn's displot method and pass in the column name from the data we read earlier. And we have a nice looking distribution plot with a single line of code. This one line demonstrates the power and simplicity of seaborn library. Now we get into changing the plot aesthetics with seaborn. While doing this, we'll also explore few types of plots which we can draw with seaborn. The default plot style is a blue grid. Let's see how we can change this to a white grid. Seaborn provides a method called setStyle, which we call and pass white grid as parameter. We then call our plotting method to draw a scatter plot. We are using seaborn's lmplot method for this. We are passing in two column names from our dataset as x and y, and we are setting data parameter to our pandas data frame. We have a scatter plot with background as a white grid. Next, we set the plot background to dark but with no grids. To do this, we set the style to dark. If you notice, we have another line of code at the start which is sns.set. By calling this, we are resetting the plot aesthetics to default before we make any changes. We do this to make sure the changes we did previously to the style does not impact our current plot. We can also set the background to solid white with no grids. And we can add ticks to the plot by setting style to ticks like here. And we also demonstrated the creation of a box plot by calling the method boxplot from seaborn. We can further customize these preset styles. Let's look at all the parameters which these styles are made up of. We can get all the parameters by calling accessStyle method on seaborn. Each one of these parameters can be customized further. Let's try customizing one of them. Here we set the style to ticks which has a solid white background, but we further customize the style by setting face color separately. We can add more parameters to this dictionary and keep customizing the plot. Seaborn also provides some preset style context. For example, the default style context we have so far we have been using is called notebook. However, there are some few more. There is one called paper. This one is set using a method called setContext and passing paper as parameter. There are a few more. For example, there is one called talk. We set that as setting context to talk, and another one called poster. In this video, we learned how to control plot aesthetics using seaborn plotting library. We learned how to install and get started with seaborn. We also learned about the modules we need to import. We explored some of the seaborn plotting methods to draw a few different kinds of plots. And we saw how to control and change plot aesthetics using various seaborn methods and properties.